Over the last few days, I've been contacted by a number of people, and there have been contacts and recommendations on my site, as you will know by reading all the comments. And I am astonished by the level of alarm that Alex Belfield has managed to cause. And I thought I wouldn't talk anymore about Alex Belfield. I thought that's a subject which can now be put to bed. He's in prison. That's it. But in fact, I realise there's so much more to say, partly because his fans continue to campaign about the ferocity of the sentence. The sentence is too great for just a few words. It wasn't just a few words. And I hope over the next few months, maybe I will get more information. Maybe I will talk to some of the people who have been hurt so badly by Alex Belfield, maybe by people who never came forward. Because I think Belfield's manner, number one, I think it's infectious. Number two, I think it's wildly copied on the internet, not only in this country but in others. And number three, it's fundamentally abusive. We have to draw a line under it. We have to say this is not something that is acceptable. Now, on the one hand, we can do it with legal judgments. On the other, we can wait for the government to put forward legislation, to put forward support. We need both at the same time. Asking platforms like YouTube to police itself is nonsensical. YouTube is too global and too self-important to do that. The most it's likely to do is to put in another algorithm which will remove any form of content which contains this or that word, which of course in itself is absurd and wrong and against the whole principle of a form of debate. Sometimes you have to use words which aren't necessarily wholesome. So there's a man called Adrian Allen, and Adrian Allen is spectacular. He's not made very many videos yet. I hope he makes more. He's a radio presenter, and he knows, well, he knew Alex Belfield right at the beginning, and he's friends with Bernie Keith, who was one of the main victims of the Belfield stalking saga. Today he read out a statement by Alex Belfield, and I urge you to go over to Adrian Allen's YouTube channel and listen to that statement in full. It's harrowing. At the end of it, he says, Bernie Keith says, abuse can happen to anyone. You don't need to be grand and big, you just need to have got in the way of somebody who is a bully. And anybody can do that. And a bully bullies, that's what a bully does. And it's rather like when somebody is tortured. When my partner was tortured, one of the questions which was inappropriately asked by so many people was, "Oh, what had your partner been doing?" As if it was my partner's fault. No, it's the fault of the torturer. Torturers torture, bullies bully. Liars lie. And Bernie Keith points out that Alex Belfield threatened me, abused me, blackmailed me, covertly recorded me, sold stories to the national press, spread malicious lies, had his fans come with threats, phone abuse. It was a sustained, persistent attack that went on for 10 years. And that he said his ability to work, his joy of living, was compromised. If that had only happened to one person, that would be horrific. But we know it happened to at least 7. To at least 7 and more who weren't able to come forward. I take my hat off to those 7 people who were brave enough to testify about this abhorrent abuse. And before anybody sneaks in and says, oh, you don't understand, I really do understand. I really understand. And that doesn't stop me saying that I feel sorry for Alex Belfield. I feel sorry that some human being has got themselves into such a mess, because it's all about habit. And we need to break those habits as early as possible so they don't develop and spiral into this horrific display of abuse, so that they don't influence other people. I'm so sorry that Alex is now facing prison. I'm so sorry that Alex got himself into such a position. I'm so sorry that so many of his fans think that he has been unjustly sentenced. But I'm significantly more sorry for his victims, and particularly for those victims who are unnamed. Because like those who have been named, like those 7 who were brave enough to stand up in court, those victims who are unnamed are still, all of them are going to have to deal with the abuse which Alex Belfield unleashed against them. It doesn't go away just because the rabble-rouser, just because the demagogue, just because the bully has been put away. The damage he did continues and will continue for long after he is released. Not only are the people he inspired still there and still think that Alex Belfield was right and he was wrong, but they also have to come to terms with the confidence which this man eroded, with they have to learn how to leave the house with the head held high, and not to fear an attack on the street from somebody they don't know, from somebody who doesn't know them. They have to learn that they can pick up the phone when the phone rings and not receive abuse down the end of it. I went through a number of years of fearing the telephone because there was so much abuse when I lived in Greece, and so much abuse at other times. I've been very lucky. Why? Because I've moved around. Because I've picked myself up, and because I have a way of hiding in my work. Not ideal. It's not ideal at all, but that's my way. That's my way. And yeah, rather like Adrian Allen, rather like Bernie Keith, I suspect I am fairly old school. I think the show must go on. But inside those hurts never go away. They never go away. Alex Belfield is in the right place. But when he finishes, there will still be suffering, and as a result of what he's done. And there are many people he's inspired, and we have to get the message out that this is the wrong way to function on social media. Yes, we must call out the miscreants. Yes, we must hold power to account. But yes, we must also try to be kind and not cross that line. Yes, we must ridicule those people who need ridiculing. Yes, we must snigger. Yes, we must laugh at at people who have gone too far. But no, we mustn't pursue personal vendettas. And no, we mustn't rabble-rouse to the point where people are telephoning others and issuing threats. That is not civilized.